Hello and welcome back. This is our Rift walkthrough playthrough setup. Now, when we left off, we had just finished outfitting our character, and now we are ready to start doing some quests. Here we go. You'll see that you have an arrow with an exclamation mark on your cursor, so you're going to right-click.
You were meant to be here.
And absolutely feel free to pause the game so you can read all of the quests, but we're not going to take too much time reading them out loud because these videos have to stay within the 15-minute mark, at least for now. So let's accept that quest.
The instrument of fate.
And we can see over here, this is our quest log. Ascended allies complete. So what we have to do is there's a blue check mark and there's a blue check mark. So we need to find the blue check mark. One thing prior, you'll notice right here that there are glowing icons. These are also cross account icons. So I'm not going to bother with any of these with this account, and that I'll save those for my higher account because certain items, they will give you bonuses every day when you log in, but they will be specific to your level. So I would rather use my higher account to allocate those because it's a better chance of getting better items because I have a high level character. Now what I do want to show you is the mount. We come over here and we left click it once and it casts the mount. And there we go. That's the purpose of the mount. You can fly, you can, if you have a horse, then you can ride your horse, but it does move you quicker. So we're going to come over here to complete our first quest, and we're going to right click on the individual. There we go. And finish. And then we got some experience down here in our experience bar. There's our next quest. Let's go ahead and accept that.
The Vigils plan a great destiny for the Guardians of Talara.
And let's see. Maps and markers. Feel free to pause that and read it at your leisure.
Quest objectives appear as points or circles on the map. Mouse over any marker for quest and objective information. Objectives too far away to be on your mini-map are shown with an arrow.
There we go. Let's exit that out. And to access your map quickly, you can push the M key on your keyboard. And there we go. This is where we are. The blue glowing, that's us. That's me. And this is the area that we are in currently. And this is all of Methosia right here. So let's move our map out of the way a little bit. There we go. Exit that out. You can use the exit, you can click it, or you can just push M again and it will disappear. Now, what we need to do, let's see. Avenging Hand. Kill Ashen Defilers 0 of 4. So, let's click our mount, and that will dismount us. And we're going to come over here, and I'm going to show you
To attack. You may also attack
in a minute
by activating abilities on your action bar. Rogues use energy to power their abilities indicated by the purple bar next to their character portrait. Energy rapidly restores itself over time. Many rogue abilities build combo points which are used to launch powerful finishing attacks. The more points, the more potent the finisher. Points are shown as dots alongside your target's character portrait.
Okie dokie. Alright. You can use the tab key to auto target, and you can right click to auto attack. But before we do any of those things, we are going to call our Razor Beast, and that's one left click. There we and that's our pet. Now you see how the pet bar is over here. So we are going to hit the escape key, bring up our options, and come back down to edit layout. There we go. Let's move this out of the way. And let's move our pet bar. And I'm going to have it right there, perfectly situated to where it's easy for me to manipulate. We're going to save that, and we are pretty much ready to go. Up here, this is our portrait. This is our player portrait, and this is our pet player portrait. Left click on your pet, and then it'll bring him up over here. And then you can right click, and it will drop down a rename window. You can name your pet. So, we are going to name this one Bacon, since he's a pig. So, let's see if they will accept Bacon. Yep, this is Bacon. And on your portrait, you can right click, and it will bring down a drop down window. Portrait frame. Everyone starts out with this portrait frame. I would like to go to the green gem portrait, which I think would be fitting of this character. There we go, that's kind of pretty. So we're going to leave it like that. Now we are ready to attack. I am going to right click on this Ashen Defiler, and you can see what happens. Auto attack is engaged. Now for special abilities, you can use, these are more powerful than the basic attacks, and you can re-hit those every time it comes full circle. And if you can see, every hit that I made produced a little skull. These are builders. Right now we don't have a finishing attack, so those builders are just going to stay there. Now, the little green bag that was under the corpse, not every corpse drops loot, but most corpses eventually do drop some loot. So let's do this again. Let's push our tab key, and you don't have to right click, you can just hit your button down here, and it's a more powerful attack than your basic attack. And if you can see, your pet will hold your enemy in place to where it's not physically attacking you. That way you don't really get hurt in the fray, but you do have to worry about your pet. Your pet can get overwhelmed and get killed, and if that happens, then you can, when you're not in battle, you can recall your Razor Beast. So you see the little green bag on our cursor. We are going to right click, that'll bring up the loot, and then we're going to take that. Now I am going to open my bags and show you. See, it's got the glowing border. That's because it's a new item. So I am going to separate my bags. I am going to put the candles over here. This will be the bag that I put all my sell items in. And when it's time to sell, I will definitely show you all how to do that. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and leave my bags open because they're really not obstructing anything. And I am going to tab. It will auto target the nearest target. And I'm going to start attacking. There we go. Let's loot that one. Now the difference between hitting the tab key to auto target and right clicking is when you auto target, your pet does not do anything. If you right click, that is a simultaneous tell that you're telling your pet to attack, and I'll show you. I'm going to right click, and there goes my pet. So that's basically the difference, and you can toggle through different targets by hitting the tab key multiple times until it lands on whatever specifically you want to target. There we go. Now let's exit out these bags, and it will show you right here the check mark. We have completed this quest. But I do want to show you a couple of other things before we leave this little area and turn in our quest. Now, items that have sparklies, that means that there's some sort of interaction that can happen with those items. And this item, we're going to collect it, and you do that by right-clicking. That is Talos Rhoda Purifier. We're going to take that, open our bags, and then toggle over that. This book speaks of Talos Rhoda, the first to wield the holy flames of the Purifier. Right-click this book to collect. Let's collect this. It'll ask you, are you collect this item? Let's push OK. And that item has been collected. Let's go to the Player tab. Go to Character. And you'll notice that there's a new tab. Books. Talos Rhoda Purifier. This is your books page. Throughout all the gameplay, there are hidden books everywhere. And those, they do not give you specific abilities right away, but they can increase your chance for luck and for other favor and things of that nature by collecting books. So I do collect all the books that I can find. I just wanted to show you that. Now, let's go ahead and go do our turn in, but let's kill stuff on the way. That way we can gain a level before we get there. And this area is quite nice because you're not going to be overwhelmed by multiple foes at the same time. And that's also has to do with your character class and your specialty. There are certain characters that whenever they do strike, it sends out a wave of aggression and it affects nearby characters and it will make them attack you. So be very careful with those because you can get overwhelmed quite easy. Let's go ahead and take out a few of these mobs. And if you can see down at the bottom, we're almost to the next level. So I do believe that by the time we get to the turn-in point for this quest, we will have gained another level. There we go, and I do want to show you one pretty cute thing. So let's change our perspective. If you hold down the left key, you can move and look around. If you hold down the right key, you can do the same thing, the right mouse key. So let's come over here and target this person. Let's change our perspective just a little bit. Let's attack. And let's come over here. I want to show you something pretty adorable. There we go. Close combat uses different weapons. You don't only use your bow. That's for your long shots. But up close, then you use different weapons. And you can see I'm kicking this person's booty with some flowers. I just thought that was pretty cute. And you can also use the toggled weapon at the same time, which gives them a blast. Oh, and there we go. We have just gained a level. So let's spend soul points, and that gives us a builder. So we are going to left click that and drag it down next to our first ability. There we go. Awesome. Let's go do this turn in, and that'll be a really good place to stop this particular video, and then we'll come back with more. Now what I'm going to do is, in the meantime, I am going to go around and kill more Ashen Defilers, but stay in this area for one more level. So when I come back, I will be level 3, and then we will continue. If you like this video, please share it, please subscribe, please like it, and I do hope to see you back here again. Thank you very much.